Thank you for inviting me on the Collective Win. So, hi, this is Nishita Mantry. I'm a business coach for women entrepreneurs in India, and I help women, just start from an idea to start, scale, and grow their business. So, women come to me at all kinds of stages, either with just an idea, or sometimes when they are in the initial stage of their business, or even at times when they're already in business for about 10, 15 years, but with the whole modern marketing that has come in, they need some support to grow and get onto the next level. So I totally work with women entrepreneurs and I help them uh, launch their businesses. So, to be very honest, I think as a child, I belong to a Marwadi community, which is the business community in India. And so I'd seen, my family and everybody around me was, from a business background. So that was definitely something that I was looking up to. But my grandparents, my grandfather, he always said this one thing, that can you be of service to someone? Can you actually solve some problem for people? Can you add value in people's life? If you can actually do one of these things, only then think of getting into a business, because he always told us this: business is all about giving. So first think, what is it that you really want to give to the society? What is it that you really want to give as a service, as a problem solving solution, um, as a benefit that people can get out of working with you or out of your product? So that's exactly, that thought, that if I have something that I can add value to people's life, some skill set, some any quality that you can bring on the table for someone. So what really inspired me was, I was seeing a lot of women around me who are probably not from the business background, who are probably not understanding how a business is done, how business is started, what is the mindset that you need in business, what are the marketing, branding, and sales strategies that are required, how do you budget for your business, how do you acquire funds, um, how do you get customer acquisition, how do you reach out to people, how do you create your brand awareness? So for me, I thought that these were some things that I had done, because I was also teaching in a lot of business schools in Bombay, in my initial stage of business, because I didn't know when am I going to start making money. So I started, teaching in a lot of colleges here, and so I had a teaching experience. And back in 2009, I was also running an ad agency. I'd started running an ad agency. The agency still exists. uh, so having that experience of theory and practicality, I realized that I could bring both of them together and help women, start and scale their business. In 2016, while I was doing all this work, I was invited for the Startup India initiative by Narendra Modi to Delhi. There were about 2,000 entrepreneurs there, and out of which there were only 200 women. At that point, I realized that this work that I'm doing of, helping women start and scale their business is really something that is a big problem that I'm trying to solve. So that's exactly when I realized that that's the real point where I was so inspired to actually go out full fledged in coaching women in business. And that was a point where I realized that, and now I know there are so many women I'm connected to. uh, I have about 500 women brands, women startups that I've launched so far. And I've trained more than 10,000 women and mentored a lot of women as well. So yes, that's exactly what has inspired me to help women. And I also believe that in India, 50% of population is women. So if we can make these women financially independent, uh, imagine the kind of economy that we'll bring in for the country. So I'll tell you, there is a there is this one most important skill set which I think, uh, I will, agree that I didn't have earlier, but now I have worked on it and I've developed it. And this skill, I think, is not just for me. I would say it's for every women entrepreneur who's trying to, start a business or is trying to grow her business. And I would actually say that if you don't have this skill, don't do business, because it's the most important skill. It's a make or break skill that you have, and that is the ability to take risk. So I think that you need to have the skill of taking risk. You need to have a risk appetite, because in business there are a lot of times, you will come in a situation where either you have to trust somebody, or you have to, try some kind of a marketing strategy or some kind of a campaign, or as small as trust on an idea that, okay, this idea can actually take me places. This is one skill that, I think that if you have it, and if it's in the right proportion, then it definitely takes you places. And this was something that I realized, that a lot of women, for 5 years, 10 years, when they start their business, they just keep going round and round. They're actually not growing. They're not, there has to be a linear growth in your business. And they think that, they want to start small, they want to do small, grow small, take baby steps, which is great. But that is till your business has actually established, till you've got the confidence that, okay, people are liking your product, people are liking your services. But the minute you realize that, that proof of concept that your business is the people wanted, if you kind of cross that proof of concept stage, then you have to take the leap of faith. Then you have to take the risk. The risk could be anything. It could be hiring people in your team. It could be adding more money, moving into an office, getting into a commercial kitchen. uh, there are little small things that people don't take actions for. So definitely the most important skill set that I have developed is taking risks in my business. It's absolutely something that uh, I truly believe that has really worked very well for me. Putting money in things that I know will work for my business, putting money in things that I know will grow my business. So that's definitely a skill set that I have developed, and I would recommend every businesswoman out there that think of what are the areas in your business that you're not ready to take the risk, you're not ready to take the leap of faith, and then just go for it. So I'll tell you something. Social media is, I would say, a modern marketing strategy. You have to embrace social media and integrate it in your business. That is definitely a must. But how much you want to depend on social media is totally your call, because a lot of people I know are not comfortable with social media. They don't really get it. So I would say that definitely integrate social media in your business, but how much you want to, engage and use social media is definitely your call. I would say it is the most cheapest form to reach a wider audience. So it's definitely the best strategy to, get more people to know about you, create brand awareness. But I would also say that social media is not the only strategy to make sales. So brand awareness, yes, up till getting your brand on social media, to create awareness, you must do it. But if you're expecting that, you'll put your products or services on social media and you're going to make crazy sales, that's not going to happen. So you have to, kind of integrate social media with the traditional marketing strategy of, meeting face to face, going to networking events, maybe doing some running some ads elsewhere, going to trade shows, going to conferences. That in person feel, that'll never die. So social media, definitely yes, for brand awareness. But if you're banking on social media for sales, I'd say don't do that, because it's important and it's vital. So it's a part of your business, not the heart of your business. So, to be very honest on the challenges that I face, I think it's a challenge that every woman faces. And I always say this to a lot of people that, every 5 years, the life of a woman totally changes, I mean, uh, say when you're 15, up till then, you're in your school and you're finishing your school. After 15, you have these 5 years of your college life, and then so you know that what's going to happen in those 5 years. After you turn 21, there is another 5 years span in your life where either you're doing a master's or you're doing a job. So that 5 years goes in there. After that, you get married. So you know that the first 5 years of when you're married are a little uncertain in terms of how much time you're going to need to dedicate, the work life balance, the family life, your married life, and then you also want to try planning kids. So then again, the next 5 years goes into raising a child, and you know being a mother and all of that. So I think this whole phase that a woman goes through in her life, from getting married to having kids, then probably sometimes having a second kid. So this has been something which I see as a challenge for a lot of women. Like for me, I was from Mumbai. I got married and I moved to Bombay. So this was definitely, moving my city was a big challenge, because when I moved, I was pretty doing well in Bombay. I knew everyone. I mean, I had my clients, I had people I was working with. And then suddenly I got married and I moved to another city. So it took me a little time to get used to that whole city, getting to know people, getting to know the culture and all of that. So I think this is definitely a challenge that we as women go through. The whole challenge of having uncertainty in life, of who I'm going to get married to, what's it going to be like. And I know it's not for men as well. It's also a challenge for them. But I think, given that the society works in a way that with men they kind of quickly adapt to it, and it looks a little more easy flow. But for women to adapt to this uncertainty in life is a little challenging, I feel. Yeah. mm, so I would say that a little piece of advice that I would like to tell every woman around the world. Number one, have faith in yourself. Be confident. If you see that a lot of women do not have the self-worth, they don't believe in themselves. The minute you tell them, oh, you're looking fat, and they can take days to come out of that thought that, oh my god, people are calling me fat. So I would say that you have to believe in yourself. One. Second, you have to be confident about your idea, about what you're trying to do. A lot of women come and tell me that my idea is no different. There are 100 people doing the same thing. So how do you think it's going to work? There are 100 people who are doing the same thing, and there are about millions and billions of people around the world. You just need to get those 1,000 people or those 1 lakh people, I'd say, who should believe in you, who should love your product. And if you have those 1 lakh people at the beginning, in the first 5 years of your business, if you can reach to a 1 lakh audience in your business, you're in the game. You are in the business. So just target getting those 1 lakh people in your business that you feel truly love your work, are brand advocates for you. They're loyal to your brand, and make sure that you're servicing them right. So just have this number in mind, girls, people, that achieve this target of 1 lakh in your database. 1 lakh maybe as followers on Instagram, 1 lakh as your email database, 1 lakh as a customer list that you have. To begin with, this is only to begin with. To begin with, just have this target. Have the confidence that achieving 1 lakh is not going to be difficult, and go for it. And you will thrive and you will be in the business, and then you will call yourself as a businesswoman.
Perfect. That was some advice, and I hope the women entrepreneurs and anyone who is will be watching this video now and can take some hints from what you have done in your life, the problems and situations that you have come upon, and the goal and the motivation that you have seeked from very small things like what we have come to know that from an seminar that you have attended in Delhi, you got an idea. Okay, I think I should do that. I'm doing something right when you were among those 2,000 selected people over there. So I guess the women entrepreneurs who are going to see this, they are surely going to be benefited. Thank you so much for joining us today. It was really lovely having you.
Thank you, Gaurav, thank you so much.